Hello everyone, it's Sue from Scrapper Sue. I've come back on today to do episode 2 of the hashtag CW planner, which is has been put together by Margarete Miller, and I will link her shop on Etsy below. It's a 52-week collage challenge, and each week you get something. You get 5 items that you have to sort of put into a collage, and with 1 bonus item, so you can change one of the 5 items if you don't want to use it. So this week it's week 2. Now obviously I'm starting it in April, so I'm well behind, so I'm going to try and do 2 of these videos each week until I catch up. So this is it's called a sort of a glue book, collage book, whatever you like. This is just an A5 notebook. It's white lined paper, fairly decent thickness of paper, and we have 52 weeks worth of the planner ideas in here. And so I put a pocket on there. This is week 1, so we had to put something fast, which is my horse, postage stamp there, piece of a map, which is down here, a border or frame, so I put that frame around it, a portion of a brochure. So I didn't use that because I didn't have a brochure at the time. So I used a bonus, which was a form or part of a form. So in the background you can see the form. So we're going to do week 2 today. And week 2 is, and I have the explanation here. So it's hashtag CW planner 2. So I have to find a person, an image from a magazine, a doodle, a piece of washi tape, a tea bag cover, or the bonus is an illustration. So I'm going to swap my doodle with the bonus, which is an illustration. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to use Arthur's paperweight that he made me when he was about 2 there to keep the page down. Now my person is actually Edith Holden, so this is on the back of the book cover of the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, so I really like that, so I'm going to use her. And my picture out of an image from a magazine is going to be this hair. It could either have been this one, but I like the hair, so I'm going to use that. And then an illustration, I've got an very old book on jewellery and the origins of jewellery. And this is, it's full of illustrations, and this is illustration number 50. And it's a seahorse brooch of aquamarine and diamonds, but it's in black and white, but that's my illustration. And tea bag cover, I have empty tea bag covers from the tea bags we've used before putting milk into the cup. So I'm going to use that. And then my washi tape, I've just got a selection out of my box. So I've got this one, which has got all sorts of French adverts on it. I have this one, which is green and white dots. And I have this lovely gold chevron one. So we'll decide which one we're going to use at the end. So to start off with, the advice is to cover your book with something. So I've taken a page out of my old dictionary, and before I start I am going to just ink round the white of this paper. So I'm just going to distress round it with my vintage photo, because as I said, it is white paper, so that's all we're going to do is just, and you could leave it white if you wanted to. You can use whatever you want for this glue book. I was inspired by Dee'sCraftyPlace. Dee made her own using an elastic sort of band around it and just loose pages. And she made her cover out of a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper. So you can do whatever you want. So I am going to just put that book over there for a minute, get my tear ruler. Oops, gosh, could you hear that? And I'm just going to tear the edges off of this. Now this is very old, this dictionary. It was in a house from when I was a child. And goodness knows, my eldest sister is 80 this year, so I think this has been knocking around, this book, for a very long time. So just going to take that off there. Okay, right, and this is literally just going to be my background piece, like so. So it doesn't quite fit across there, so I'm just going to give that a really good cover with that distress ink, like so. And I'm going to distress the edges of this page as well. And I hope everyone's okay today. It's another sunny day here in Buckinghamshire, but it's, well, this morning I thought it was bitterly cold. So I'd just come back from having my treatment at Amersham Hospital, and unfortunately, even though I took Paddy out before I went, he has been rather ill in the hallway. So luckily enough we don't have carpet, I had to clear that up. I think he's just been sick, really. But it's unusual for him. I don't know why. He has been eating grass a lot lately. So I'm just going to use my glue stick, still using this old page of paper to glue with, and I'm just going to glue that quickly down onto the page. I think we'll have that side. This is a lovely old dictionary because this is also illustrated, but the illustrations are quite tiny, so I thought, because I could have used one out of here, out of one of these pages, but I thought, oh no, I won't. I mean, the book is really old and it's falling to pieces and it's no good to anybody, really. It's not as if it's, you know, an antique and worth a lot of money. I think you have to be careful with some of the books you're ripping up for crafting, some of the vintage books. Just make sure before you do that they're not actually, you know, worth something, or you should be kept, you know, for any reason. Okay, that's, I'm just going to stand up because I can't see properly. So just want it down there, and I want it close to that edge, so that's good. Right, yeah, so this was falling to bits. I've no idea how I came to have it. I think maybe it's probably because it wasn't wanted and no one else wanted it, and I was always the bookworm really in the family. So that's this one. Right, so we are going to find Edith. Where did I put Edith? Now, she is quite glossy. I don't know if I can dull her down a bit with this distress ink. I might be able to. We will give her a bit of a distress around the edges. I think this is Edith when she was a younger woman. Everybody loves her books. I took it off the book cover rather than, there weren't any of her in the Country Diary of the Edwardian Lady anyway, but I took it off the cover because I do have the book of her life, all about her family, where she came from, how she started all this, but I want to keep that intact. I don't want to tear that up because she actually writes about areas where I was born, in Warwickshire, and where my father came from. His family came from, you know, in Warwickshire and around the area, Dorridge and Knowle and all around there. So I wanted to keep that really, because I'd like to find some time one of these days to actually sit down on a nice sunny day and read it. So I think she's a very interesting lady for her time. So that is my image from a magazine. This is out of a I think this was out of a RSPB magazine, because we subscribe, well, I subscribed Harry and Arthur to the RSPB, and they get a children's magazine every month, and so they actually send them to me and addressed to Masters Harry and Arthur. And I think I'm going to leave the description on, because that is really what makes it an illustration, I think. And I post Arthur's to him, usually with a couple of nice little bits to go with it. You know, he likes colouring and stuff like that. So if I find any nice colouring books or quiz books for either of them, they both love their quiz books. You know, they like the word finders and all of that. So that's that. Now here's my tea bag, and I think we shall use that opened out. So those are the pieces that I've got. So a person, an image from a magazine, and I haven't got the washi tape ready, but we'll put that on at the end, and an illustration. So where to put the tea bag cover? So maybe we could have a piece of tea bag sticking out there, and have that one there, and this beautiful hair down the bottom maybe, and perhaps put that piece of tea bag coming out of there. So this, so I could put some washi down there. So I think that's what I'll do. And I'll have that seahorse joining the two of them. So I think that's where I'm going to put mine. So we want to put the tea bags down first. I'll just take the edging off quickly. So I'm really enjoying this. I mean, I know I'm only on week 2, but I'm enjoying it actually. I think we can put this down with some of this. Let's give that a good round, like so. Let's twist it up. Let's take that piece off. Okay, let's take the edging off this one. Now, I don't use the herbal tea bags. That I have seen them. They come in sort of a mesh bag, so that would be quite nice to use. I'm sure there are some people who are following along with this who will probably use one of those, but I don't really have any of those at the moment. So I'm one of these people, I buy herbal teas because they smell lovely, and then when I actually make one up, I don't like them. They taste horrible, bitter. They never taste how they smell. Not the only ones I like are peppermint and chamomile. So let's get Edith on. So just move that out of the way. It's gone all age spotty on the back, this has, so that must have been quite an old copy of that book. I have got a copy of the Country Diary of the Edwardian Lady that I've had since, well, years, long before I ever crafted. So I'm going to put her there, and I'll never take that apart. Just going to move this light up a bit. It's like being interrogated. It's shining right into my eyes. So let's glue down these. They're quite quick and easy. I mean, you do a bit of prep in advance and think about what you're going to use. So I'm going to put the hair down here like that. But it's good. It's quite good fun actually, and it gives you a bit of direction, and you can decide where you want to collage, put the pieces down. I'm going to have that there, like so. And now we want some washi tape. So, I mean, it says a piece of washi tape. I mean, I could use this one. That would be quite nice. Maybe we'll have a piece down here. Just going to cut it off with the tear ruler, like so. And I think we'll have a piece of this one over the top like that. And again, I'll just use the tear rule up. So that's lovely. I apologise if people have been watching my videos and they think that I say a lot. I noticed when I listened to one back that I do. Now I think I'm going to add a bit of this green on just to give it a bit of contrast, and you know, there's no reason why I can't add on a bit extra. If I can get it undone, that is. Oh, nope, it's decided that as I haven't used it for a while, it's going to be naughty. Right, let's use my scissors and cut that down to where it's ripped. And then I think we're just going to have a little bit, sort of going across there, and we will have a piece joining those two up like that, and perhaps one more piece. It doesn't always stick very well washi, so I may just glue that bit because I have had that stuck to my fingers. So I think we'll maybe put that piece across there like that. Yes, I may have to go back and glue these down. I can see that's coming up already. And maybe the edge of that one. Okay, so there we have our week 2. So we have our person, who is Edith Holden. I have an image from a magazine, which is beautiful hair. I have my washi tape, and I have a tea bag cover underneath, and I'm using the bonus, which is an illustration, which is out of my old jewellery book that I actually bought on the for sale shelf at the local library. So that's another good source of books, because when they don't want them, they cull them occasionally and then they put them on the shelf for sale along with their DVDs and things. So sometimes, you know, you can pick up these reference books that nobody really wants. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut this out. I'm going to actually stick this on here, so that I know what was the reasoning behind what I've used. And I'm just going to ink that up. Actually make that a bit grungier, I think. Just go over it with the dauber. Hope I'm in shot and you can see me. I'm paranoid now since my that video that was awful. Oh dear me. Oh well, we're only human, aren't we, all of us? So we're bound to have a few off days with filming. It would be boring if nothing exciting happened, nothing silly and interesting maybe. Alright, so let's find somewhere to actually stick this on. So maybe I might stick this here, over there, over that, like that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to think about it too long, because then I start faffing. So I think this is going to be perfect. And we know what that's all about. So there's week 1 and this is week 2. And I've got the rest of the weeks in the pocket that I made, which I haven't decorated. And actually I can see that's let's spread those out a bit because I can see that's coming up. I think that might need a bit of Fabri-Tac, or keep calling it Fabri-Tac Beacon 3-in-1 because it's very thick card. So just put some down like that. And I'll just clip that actually with one of my clips. I seem to have one out. Like that, and that will keep that down. So I'll leave that like that until it's dry. Okay. Yeah, so there we have it. There. So I like that. I do like that because I think that's in keeping with Edith and her. She loved animals. You know, she probably would like a seahorse brooch, I expect, if she was offered one. And these all like vintage looking. So I'm very pleased with that. And she's very beautiful, actually. I'm surprised she had short hair there, so she must have been very young, I would imagine. I'll have to look that book cover up and see if it mentions it. But that's it for today. So thank you for watching and take care, everyone. Bye for now.